Something that I struggle with as a business owner, that I have struggled with for years, that I have a feeling you might be struggling with too, is trying to stand out in a saturated market. Unless you've invented the next iPhone or app or something really cool that changes the world, the majority of businesses are relatively boring or saturated, like accountants and florists and commercial cleaning businesses or marketing agencies. It was already hard to win in business, it always has been, but with the internet becoming so prevalent in marketing, it's just gotten harder, and all of a sudden you can be an awesome business with a shit online presence that gets trumped by a shit business with a good online presence, probably run by some like Gen Z kid who knows how to use TikTok better than you, and it's a painful place to be. This is something I work on, and whether you want to use any one of the options of digital marketing stuff that is super overwhelming, like Google Ads and SEO and email marketing and whatever, no matter what, the first step in any journey of marketing is to just stand out, to have a presence online that separates you from the saturated market. And the beauty of the situation is that 90-something% of businesses have a pretty shitty online presence or an inactive social media campaign. So just doing it, I don't want to say do it badly, but just doing it consistently, even if it's average, is totally going to set you aside. So I'm going to tell you exactly how to do it, and I think it's going to help your business almost immediately. So I want to share a story with you, which is an exact example of the problem that I'm trying to solve for myself and for our clients. And it's that last week I decided we need a new accountant. And anybody who runs a business has had to go and find an accountant before. What did I do? I went onto Google, I typed in accountant near me, there was infinite options, of which I kind of went to the end of the second page, like cherry picking and opening in new tabs, the different types of businesses. It was an unpleasant experience. I don't know what makes a good accountant, what makes a bad one, if they're going to be expensive. It's just riddled with doubt. So ultimately what you end up doing is deleting the tabs of the people who have the worst websites or the stockiest stock imagery. And what it made me realize is that there could be wonderful accountants in this list of 10 tabs, let alone thousands of other good accountants that I don't even know exist. But ultimately what dictated the one that I ended up getting an inquiry with and hiring was the one who had the best online presence. And that's because there is so much doubt in the process of picking suppliers, with the new information age being an abundance of options, that you're forced to just look at the simplest things you can to answer these questions. Do they look good? Are they nearby? Do they look expensive? Do they work with businesses similar to mine? Do they offer the services? And the quicker and easier it is to get that, the faster you can make a decision and give them your money. So, moral of the story is, we need a good professional online presence to stand out in a saturated market. Something that I hear all the time by clients that are approaching us, and just by chance we tend to attract kind of older clients who are a little less familiar or comfortable with online marketing, social media, content, etc., is we run a great business, but people don't know we exist, and worse competitors who are just better at being on the internet are winning business from us and looking better than us. And that's like the biggest frustration. You know you're good, you know you can help people, you know that if you could get in front of these clients, they're going to be really interested in working with you. But younger, little Gen Z, iPhone addicted people are better at the internet, and they're winning the battle for the client's money. There are thousands of people searching every day for what you do, and we are going to make them be able to find you. So, what is the solution to being saturated and being a commodity? You know, a commodity is a term people use for stuff like oil, and the thing with commodities is that they're always dictated by price. If you go to one petrol station over the other, the only thing that's different, because petrol and oil is a commodity, is the price. And that's exactly what we want to avoid. You want to stand out as an industry leader. You don't have to be the number one, you just need to be part of a handful of the best options. You know, the last 4 tabs that end up being left open when someone's on the search for their accountant. So how do we use the internet to become an industry leader? It's simple. It's about creating content, a combination of photo and video. It's about having some fun, showing your team, showing your services, showing testimonials, showing your clients, just bringing to light what it is that happens in the 4 walls of your office so that a potential customer can see that and decide if they resonate with it. You're never going to win every single opportunity. You know that. You don't expect to. But geez, do you want to have your name in the hat when people are searching, and when someone does resonate with your style, your tone, your experience, your speciality, that's when being a leader in your industry is going to make you seem like a no-brainer to them. All of that stuff I just mentioned is wonderful for meeting your clients on value values. And the added piece, if you want to get slightly more advanced, is being a thought leader. This is exactly what I'm doing right now. If you put content out to the audience that you're trying to target that shows them you know the answers to their problems, it shows them you're an expert, it shows you've been doing it for years and it's relatively basic for you, then of course they're going to trust you. They're going to take that value from you and maybe have a go at doing it themselves. Please have a go at doing what I'm telling you myself in your own business. And then when they're ready to pay, they're going to call you. And again, you look like the best and only option to them, not just another tab on Google. Another massive benefit to having a strong online presence through social media and Google is the trust and credibility piece. Again, with the prominence of online marketing, it is so hard to work out what's a scam, what's legit. A Gen Z kid who's sick at social media or website building can be totally inexperienced at solving your problems, but they look better. So the piece that we're also going to solve here, other than just being findable, is having trust and credibility. Reviews, ratings, a physical address lets you know that you're not going to run off with somebody's money. And this is something that's a pretty simple part to your online presence as well. A Google My Business profile will go a long way, and active social media accounts. Maybe you're a more white collar business who wants to be live on LinkedIn. I'm a believer that you should be live on all social media channels regardless, just to show that you're super legit, established, and that people can trust you and that you're credible. Another piece of the puzzle when it comes to standing out online that a lot of people don't consider, and I think it's a massively undervalued piece of it, is retention. Assuming you have clients like we do, there would be an argument to say that once they've found you, you've quoted them, they've agreed to work with you, well, what's the point in marketing to them anymore? There is a huge retention play in putting content out that engages and nurtures your own client base as well as people in your ecosystem, that shows them that you're progressive and cool and just builds that online community. It's what social media was invented for. And you might not consider that with no active online presence, let's say you've been the accountant for this company for a couple of years and their social media feed is full of cooler, newer, more progressive companies that are showing how successful they are and how fun and sexy it is to move your business over to them. Again, they're probably not better at the actual service delivery than you are, but people are fickle in this day and age. The grass is always greener, and if your competitors are pounding your clients with awesome content, that's not going to be good for you, right? It's like you're letting your partner download Tinder. Anyway, so one piece is that client retention. It also lets you engage with them. You can be filming testimonials of happy customers, posting it on your social media, tagging their companies. Basically an interconnectedness, it's networking, it's community that can be done online, because that's how it's all heading already. And you're just a contributor to the online community of your industry and your ecosystem. Another thing that people really don't consider when it comes to retention is staff. And this applies to attracting them as well. My company puts a lot of effort into making content showing off our team and culture. We champion them. We show that we're a fun place to work. We just turn the cameras on when we're doing all of our meetings and silly activities and brainstorming. And when I'm interviewing new staff, it happens more often than not that they'll say, I had a look at you guys online and it looks like a really fun, positive place to work. Now, this is not what I do, but you could actually have a relatively shitty sweatshop style business. But if you were putting out awesome content of the team having fun, you see how perception can be more important than reality. We're not running a sweatshop. It is a fun place to work for the future employees. But having a great online presence for businesses looking to attract talent is wonderfully powerful. Again, if you're choosing a company and you put resumes in with 5 different ones, you want to go and see what this place is going to look like to make the best choice for yourself. And having an active Instagram, social media, website, showing off the team and the environment and the culture will be a game changer here. Not to mention championing your staff via your social media when they're having anniversaries, milestones, achievements. People love that shit. They'll share it to their mum. They're going to be getting the love, the likes, the LinkedIn respect. It's just a wonderful additional point of leverage to keep your staff engaged with your company and happy beyond pizzas and a beer on Friday afternoon. Hopefully, I've convinced you that having an online presence is so pivotal for all B2B and service businesses out there. Really every business, but we like to target that B2B service provider space. And so now it really becomes how. How do you do it? Assuming I've convinced you it's a good idea and you should do it, how? Well, let's make it basic, because if you currently have a weak or no online presence, then just having a consistent one is fine. That will get you ahead of 90% of your competitors out there. The beauty of social media marketing is how cheap it is. Everybody has an iPhone, everybody has a login to a LinkedIn and Instagram account. If you have some younger, more social media savvy people on your team, they tend to love to have that extra responsibility. An admin staff member, a receptionist, whatever it is, if you say, hey, would you mind chucking up a little bit of content on our social media feeds once or twice a week, watch their eyes light up. It's kind of the funnest thing to get paid for, to do for a job. Luckily, this is what I do for a living. So, if your budget's small and your time is low, then what I've explained to you might sound like a scary, overwhelming additional problem you have to work on. So I just want to make it easy. Get someone on your team to post a couple of times a week about what's happening in the office, what you're doing for your clients, any interesting news, milestones, or updates in the business, any interesting industry things that are happening, and fingers crossed, I've convinced the founder to be willing to jump on camera, like I'm doing now, and talk a little bit about your space, share value, and watch the response you're going to get from the market. It won't always be in an immediate lead or in an inquiry. I want to make that known. If you're looking for that, call a Google ad agency and spend thousands and thousands of dollars to try to get more leads and sell them. That's a different video altogether. But what this will do is build an awesome market presence that attracts new clients, retains existing clients, makes staff want to come and work at your company, and maybe most importantly, when people are looking for your services, you are there. You're not invisible. Hopefully that helped. I would love to see you attempt to implement this in your own business. If you have any questions, please put them in the comments below. I love what I do for a living, and I love helping businesses stand out. See you on the next one.